tell us something about vice versa that you've never told anyone before.
Oh, wow. Well, a lot of it is new because no one knows it's out because we just finished it.
Just
coming
finished.
here. So we haven't done any press yet in the States
Okay.
about it.
So it's still very secret.
It is.
Let's just release a little something, like a little
We're not
teaser.
even sure when it's coming out. We don't even have a release date. But I'll tell you this. John does some spoken word lyrics that are really, really cool on a few of the songs. And Tim and the drummer, the drums and bass on this album are the best. We've focused on them and it's a feature. So, Tim Foreman, everybody, bass player of
Hi Tim, welcome to Malaysia again.
We are so stoked to be here. Feels really good.
So what are you guys looking forward to do? This is not your first time. Are you all looking forward to do anything here? Food-wise, maybe?
Yes. We need to experience some good food.
Okay, here's the thing. Everywhere we go, people think we want to eat American food, you know? We don't want to eat
So
American.
last night we had sort of like, a smattering of American food, and stuff. And we're like, no, we want the
Locals.
So yeah, what would you say is the thing that you can't leave Malaysia without trying?
Well, have you tried durian?
Yeah.
Okay, you have. And how was that experience? Big fan?
I gotta say I'm not a big fan.
What about nasi lemak, rice with red sauce that's spicy?
We had that last time. That was good. Yeah, it was really good. It's spicy.
What about sights? You've seen all the sights already?
Definitely can't say we've seen them all. They took us to this kind of secluded restaurant last time.
with a pool. It was so good. Big steps that you walk way down, and we had stuff that I don't even really still know what it was.
Right.
Like certain kinds of fish that you never see in the States, and you eat the whole thing, which we never eat the whole thing, like the tail.
Yeah.
With the head and everything.
We went to the wave pool last time, which was really fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys travel so much. I'm sure you have culture shock maybe. Like, could you recount an experience that you were really shocked? Whether it's food or people, experiences.
There's a lot that come to mind. I'm trying to think of which one.
Like the most exciting or the most interesting ones.
Well, I remember my first time going to Japan. It's so disorienting because, having all the signs in Japanese, the characters, I have nothing to grab onto, and here the signs I can mostly read them. So I feel like if I got lost, I wouldn't forever be hopelessly lost in the city.
That's
I could find my way back. In Japan, I felt like, wow, I could get lost here for a few days before anyone found me. But we love those types of experiences where you're kind of out of your element. I get culture shock going back home to San Diego. After you're like, oh really?
Yeah. I don't know how to drive anymore.
Right.
We've been on tour too long. Which side to go on?
Which side do you guys drive on here?
The other side, wherever it is you drive on, it's on the other side.
Yeah. The wrong side. Nah.
According to you guys.
I'm just kidding. Polarity. It deals a lot. It's not a concept record, but as a whole, it does deal a lot with the polarity of life and death, and pain and birth and struggle. And I think these are songs that are birthed in struggle, but they have a bright, shiny hope within them. So I think we are more honest with some of the darker aspects that are written about in these songs than we've ever been, and also that allows us to also be more hopeful in the contrast that allows. I think it's the best record we've ever made. We are so thrilled about it.
I'm really excited.
And I think musically too, we really pushed ourselves to go new places.
So congrats on the Grammy win. What's next? What's the next biggest thing that you're looking out for?
I've been trying to win an Oscar. It's not going so good because I'm not hitting it. Well, thank you. It is an honor.
Well deserved.
Well, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks. It's an honor to win a Grammy, and it's something that kind of came as a surprise a little bit. You know, it's not a world that we live in. We tour and play music for people, and we live and breathe in that environment, and we aren't chimping for the camera in Hollywood, so to speak, where you're just always trying to be noticed and stuff. So to be at that event was a little crazy because, you know, Rihanna's walking by me and, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow and CeeLo are there, and, you know. But it was fun. And then the next day, we went back and kept recording our next record, Vice Versa,
Wow.
in our studio in San Diego. So what's next is putting that out and playing it for you guys.
Really can't wait.
Hello Hurricane was the beginning of something new. You know, that was kind of I felt like we just started the band for the first time, and this feels like we took that energy and made a massive leap forward. So we're excited about the future. At the same respect, you know, I'm always honored to be associated with Christ. We've always been very honest about our beliefs. You know, we write songs for everybody. We don't write them to be put in a box where only people that believe the same things as us can listen to them. I think that's ridiculous. But to be recognized in that context, you know, I'll take it as a compliment.
What is one song that was most impactful in your lives? That really inspired you? One song, any song from any artist, from any artist, like that really impacted you and changed your life. This is a question from one of your fans.
That's a big question.
Okay.
It's a good question.
It can be your own song.
I don't know if I could pick any one song per se, but I remember the first time I heard Joshua Tree by U2. I was pretty young. I think I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, and I was riding in the car with my dad. And I remember him pulling the car over and saying, "This is a good song. This is what a good song should be." And I kind of at an early age fell in love with that record. And that was probably the first record that I really kind of my own volition sought out, went and bought, and you know, spent a lot of time with.
Well, I'll tell you a song that shaped my life, and it's not the song that did it. When I was in 6th grade, I really liked the Wham song, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. And so I bought the tape, and I came home with it, and I showed my older brother, who was into Van Halen, and I said, he goes, "What did you get?" And I said, "Wham, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go." And he goes, "You can't listen to that." And he took it and stuck it with a pocket knife at the corner of the ceiling where I couldn't reach it.
Wow.
And I'll never forget that because it impacted me.
Yeah.
I started to go, oh, wait a second. Well, and then he said, you have to listen to Van Halen. And I was like, okay. So it's my older brother, so you just kind of go,
That's right.
okay, whatever. And then fell in love with playing guitar and rock music and just good songs in any way. But that shaped me.
We see a smile.
Yeah.
A lot of personalities in this band.
We've been in a band for a while, so you.
The funny thing is about a band, it's like a family where you kind of trade roles depending on what role needs to be filled.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really true.
Generally speaking, Drew's the one that keeps us laughing. But you know, like anyone can have his kind of down days, and in those days where he's just kind of mellow and not feeling like being funny, then someone else will take the rise to it.
John is a visionary, always wanting to put out, what if we did this? What if we did this? And sometimes, Tim will be the editor, sometimes, where those ideas then kind of get shaped. Like, okay, well that can't happen, but this could happen, you know. And let's edit that idea to be something that's this, and then it starts to take shape and become formed from a vision to something practical, doable. What else? The moment.
Chad's kind of all around.
He is.
He's the all-American.
He's the diplomat to me. You know, he was in the band with two brothers, mind you, from the beginning. So
he had to break up a lot of fights.
He had to go between the night to be the diplomat. The Formans have strong opinions.
Yeah.
We were talking about that today.
People with strong opinions, and any good idea is worth fighting for. That's one of their mottos, kind of. So Chad is very diplomatic and very issue. Doesn't have issues, as you know. He strikes me all the time as just like
very even keeled.
Yeah, he doesn't carry.
Jerome is just the nicest person on the planet. I can't really explain it because I don't know exactly how it works.
I don't know either.
He's just never bummed out about anything.
Wow.
His own brother said they've never had a fight.
He is the oldest, and yeah, his own brother said that he's never had a fight with Jerome. That tells you something. I think you know, we've all had our differences, lots of them through the years, and what keeps us intact and such close friends is that we're able to step back and acknowledge that if there's a disagreement, if there's a struggle, that's ultimately a good thing, because the moment that you stop caring, that's when the band's done. The fact that people care enough to fight for a song to be better, that's ultimately a really good thing. So we try and harness that energy and channel it towards being a better band.